Someone planned to flush the monster's body into the ocean like a toilet, but the water flow was as useless as a broken faucet. The dam isn't going down without it. Turns out the dam was revamped years ago. Mr. Mustache's blueprints were outdated, like an old-school style. The demolition plan was a mess. In fact, Mr. Mustache intentionally picked the wrong blueprints to mess things up and hoped to make Mindset swing into action, just to see if he's the chosen one. Time's ticking. Bruce had no time to think, so he hopped on a boat with some backup bombs ready to DIY a dam demolition. Mindset didn't want Bruce solo due to the bomb's power. Yet Bruce had prepared for less. The next day, the monster's bubble was about to burst. No one knew if Bruce's demolition plan had worked, leaving everyone anxious. Suddenly, a roar hinted the dam's explosion. But Mindset's calls left Bruce unmoved. No one had a clue what was going on with Bruce, and as Mindset turned back to the monster, the waves were washing it clean like it was on a spa day. The stench was silenced by the water, and the monster's body seemed to float away. The crowd cheered, thinking the flush was a success. But surprise, the monster was still gaping its mouth in death. The floodwaters rushed in like it was a pie. Hard sell, leading to a colossal splash. The water flow immediately weakened the impact, leaving Mindset's mood in shambles. But even worse, the monster's intestines were opened up, so the trapped gas found its way out like it had a VIP pass, escaping from the monster's back door, and it seemed like the creature sighed in relief. Now the monster's body wasn't going anywhere, and the water was flavored by the monster's special sauce, which even caught the eye of a daring video blogger. His original plan was to ride the monster hype, but he ended up marinated by the monster's sauce, turning into a gourmet dish. When found, he was on the monster's menu. With human viruses popping up, the island turned into mushrooms. But the Environment Minister was joking. Look at the dramatic show inside the monster. However, this proved that the viruses inside the monster were as lively as a wild party, even dancing to the beat of the infections. He hurried to inform the Prime Minister, who subsequently felt quite a headache upon hearing the news. The Environment Minister comforted, unaware mushrooms grew on his neck. XinTai frantically wanted to pluck them. After analysis, experts found the monster still held toxic gases and special sauce. If leaked, the outcome would be catastrophic. So the Prime Minister decided to keep it under wraps for now and began discussing how to turn the monster into confetti with missiles. Mr. Mustache suggested using a previously rejected plan, which was basically a smoking system like in BBQ joints but got tabled anyway. Because he had to precisely calculate 3 drilling spots, and it was too complicated, everyone shot it down. Now he wanted to revive it. Mr. Mustache had pinpointed 3 drilling spots, but the results could be wrong since only Bruce was the island's mouth wizard. So Mr. Mustache's move seemed like let's break the pot, and both Mindset and XinTai disagreed with the missile plan, fearing a total meltdown. If they didn't stop the missile launch planned for tomorrow, it could turn everyone homeless. The situation on the island was going from bad to worse. The next day, a super negative report went viral online, fueling the inhabitants' rage. Trying to defend the citizens' right to know, the Prime Minister rushed to block the news, but this time, it slipped away. Islanders were stunned by the photos. Didn't the PM say the monster was harmless? Why no one turning into mushroom people? The island buzzed with anger, like a festival. The situation worsened, negative comments avalanched. If Congress didn't act, they'd be drowned by fury. The monster's pressure keeps rising, now at 350 kpa. At 550 kpa, it bursts. Mr. Mustache oversees missile launch prep. Of course, his calculations were full of holes. If implemented, it would only worsen the problems. But he knew, the arrow was already on the bow. No turning back. Just a second before launch, everyone spotted a person standing on the monster. It was none other than the brave agent, XinTai. Turns out he found the ultimate trick to handle the body. He brought 3 perforators and was rocking a VR headset, ready to shine. Everyone was puzzled by his intentions, but in reality, these were Bruce's prep solutions, all arranged in advance. Bruce had heard about a community expert smoke emission plan and totally supported it, so he prepped XinTai with the drilling tools. He even calculated the 3 drilling spots. To prevent confusion, he stored those positions in the VR headset. As long as XinTai put on the headset, he could find the perfect drilling spots. Talk about flawless. Now XinTai pointed his gun at the spot on the monster, adjusted, and decisively pulled the trigger. He forcefully set up the equipment, initiating the smoke emission device and letting the grody gases escape from the monster. Then XinTai repeated the process at other spots, successfully expelling foul gases, creating a nice breeze. He climbed to the bubble's top, punched a hole to send gases to the stratosphere, but Mr. Mustache fired a missile instead. XinTai, the hero of the special team, ended up misunderstood by a female teammate who desperately tried to intercept the missile. XinTai ignored his rescuer, donned the VR headset, locked onto the target, and set up the final drilling device. After opening the last gas hole, the monster's foul gases rushed out, riding the currents upwards. Gas currents converged into the stratosphere. As XinTai neared victory, Mr. Mustache ordered another missile launch. Didn't matter if it hit XinTai, XinTai hurriedly asked him to halt, but she didn't realize this was all part of a master plan. Mr. Mustache's focus was actually on XinTai. He wanted to know who he truly was, but little did he know, they shared a quirky past. 2 years ago, when they were on a mission, XinTai vanished after encountering a beam of light, but then mysteriously reappeared too. He always acted like nothing happened, refusing to spill the truth, leaving Mr. Mustache to drum up wild theories in his mind.